The first reason is that most retirement savings are tax deferred. For decades, most people save into accounts like 401ks and traditional IRAs. These accounts give you a tax break today, and that helps you accumulate more savings over time. But every dollar that comes out of these accounts in retirement is taxed as ordinary income. So when someone says they have $1 million saved in their traditional IRA, that's not entirely their money. A good portion of that money already belongs to the IRS. Let's say you're in a 22% tax bracket. $220,000 out of the $1 million will go to Uncle Sam. And then eventually the government will force you to start withdrawing it through something called RMDs, or required minimum distributions, which can push you into a higher tax bracket later on in life, even if you don't actually need the income. And as you get older, your RMD grows, which only further compounds the problem. The second reason is that Social Security income isn't always tax-free. Many retirees are surprised to learn that their Social Security benefits can be taxable. After all, you've saved into the system, so why should you get taxed on this income? And while that's a totally fair critique, the unfortunate fact is that depending on your income, up to 85% of your Social Security benefits may be subject to federal income tax. And this can create something financial planners call the Social Security tax torpedo. When you withdraw money from retirement accounts like an IRA, that income can cause more of your Social Security benefits to become taxable. So instead of paying taxes only on the money that you withdrew, you may suddenly be taxed on both the withdrawal and additional Social Security income. And that can cause your effective tax rate to jump dramatically, sometimes far higher than your stated tax bracket. And because of the Social Security tax torpedo, I've seen cases where people pay in excess of 40% effective tax on a simple IRA withdrawal. Reason number 3 is that Medicare has hidden income penalties. Many retirees assume that Medicare is simply a fixed cost once they reach age 65. But Medicare premiums are actually tied to your income through something called IRMA, which stands for the Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amount. If your income crosses certain thresholds, your Medicare premiums increase. And here's the tricky part. If your income goes even $1 over the limit, your premiums jump into the next bracket. That means something as simple as selling a stock, taking an extra IRA withdrawal, or doing a Roth conversion could increase your Medicare costs by thousands per year. Now, this technically isn't labeled a tax, but it behaves exactly like one. And it's one of the primary causes of retirees paying more tax than they ever expected during retirement. Now, the big challenge in retirement is that everything becomes connected. When you withdraw money from an IRA, that could increase how much of your Social Security benefit is taxed. If you increase your income just slightly, that could push you into a higher Medicare premium bracket. And if you take income from the wrong account at the wrong time, you might end up paying more tax than necessary. And that's why retirement tax planning isn't just about investments. It's about when and where your income shows up on your tax return. Because the goal in retirement becomes less about building wealth and more about finding ways to keep as much of it as possible. Now, if any of this surprised you, you're not alone. Most people spend 30 or 40 years saving for retirement, but almost no one shows them how the tax system works once they start taking money out. And that's exactly why I created a free training called How Tax Planning Changes Through the 4 Stages of Retirement. In this presentation, I walk through the hidden tax traps that retirees run into, why Social Security and Medicare can increase your tax rate, and strategies that may help you reduce the amount of tax you pay across your lifetime. If you'd like to watch that full training, I've included a link below this video where you can register for the webinar. The full training is about 30 minutes, and you'll walk away with a much better grasp of how all of this fits together. Just click the link in the description to get started. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel so that you can see more content just like this, and I will see you in the next video. Hi, my name is Justin Haywood, President and CEO of Haywood Wealth Management. And if you're interested in learning more about how we help our clients live their life to the fullest, visit us at haywoodwealth.com to learn more. Thank you so much.